So we're in some tough times right now with stocks getting absolutely beaten down, Bitcoin and crypto as well. Everything seems to just be going down and down further and keeps on dipping. But where could we turn to get some good old fashioned advice, top notch advice out here in these financial markets to just try and continue making money when everything is losing it? So there is one place that just has the top notch advice, financial advice. You can never go wrong, and that's TikTok. So TikTok, just some of the best advice we could get out there, see what they're saying and what we need to do to get through all of this devastation. So we can start with this. The easiest way to make $1 million. I would like to make $1 million pretty easily. Let's see what we got to do.
The easiest way to make $1 million is buy something that's $10 million, buy it for 8, and you sell it to somebody else for 10.
So he okay, so the easiest way to make $2 million. He gave us some buffer room there too. He said came out strong saying we could make 1 million, showed us how we could make 2 million, and all you gotta do is already have $8 million. I'm not sure where he's getting these deals from. Where are you gonna find something that's worth 10 million and someone's not selling it for that, selling it for 8 million, and you get the 20% upside? I want the deals he's got. If he can find deals where you make 20% instantly, I want those deals. Maybe he's onto something. Maybe he knows something none of us actually do.
There you go, you made 2. You don't have to do anything, you just buy something that's worth a lot and sell it to someone for a little bit more. How do you think guys make $1 billion? They buy something that's $10 billion and they sell it for 11, they made $1 billion. That's how.
So same logic. I Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, these entrepreneurs that built up these companies that provide services that everybody uses and people have started to rely on. They didn't build companies. I thought that all along. I thought they built these companies and they, were in there, ground up, built it up, and just made $1 trillion companies from services that people really enjoyed using. But apparently wrong. Apparently Jeff Bezos just stumbled upon Amazon one day, bought it for $1 billion, and now it's $1 trillion. He got a much better value than 10 billion for, or what was it, 9 billion, sell it for 10 billion, you made $1 billion. I mean, Jeff Bezos must have had a great deal on Amazon if he was able to buy it for $1 billion and make it $1 trillion. Maybe we need Jeff Bezos deals.
Kind of money is made. They're not making it, they're arbitraging value.
I mean, yeah, I thought Jeff Bezos was just in his basement, just making the dollars. He's just hammering out dollars. Clearly, he's not making any money. He didn't build anything. He just stumbled upon Amazon one day and decided, yeah, I'll make this. I'll take this for $1 trillion. Like at the end here, he put in. I don't know what this chart is. A person buying Bitcoin, sending it to an exchange, selling it to a second exchange, and I don't really understand what this is trying to get at. If he's talking about arbitrage, people did do that in the early days of Bitcoin. The market's much more efficient now. You can still kind of do it, but it's a little bit harder. Their exchange would have Bitcoin listed at different prices. If Bitcoin was trading at $100 on Coinbase and Gemini had it trading for $110, you would send your Bitcoin to Gemini, sell it for $110, buy Bitcoin back at Coinbase so for $100, and you made $10. That's arbitrage. I don't know how what this graphics is supposed to explain, but that would be arbitrage. That's People did do that with Bitcoin in inefficient markets, but it's a little bit harder to do that in today's markets, and everything's much more efficient. I also wish you'd just go a little bit more in depth into what that something is. Buy something that's worth 10 million for 8 million, sell it for 2 million, already have 8 million to buy that something and then sell it. What is that something? You know, what are you finding? All right, here we got a thinker inherited $1 million, 3 years to turn into 5 million. What do we do? Let's try and answer this before whoever comes on does. If I got $1 million and I had to make it 5 million in a 4x in 3 years, that's pretty insane. That's If you could do that, you're a pretty top tier investor. 4x your money in 3 years. That's ridiculous. I would say maybe Bitcoin at this point. We're pretty close to the next cycle. That's probably got a pretty good high probability of doing a 4x within 3 years. Other stuff, I don't know. If you're doing a day trade it, you're probably going to lose it all. If you put in the S&P, you're not going to 4x it in 3 years. Okay, So what do we got to do? What do we got to do to 4x, easy 4x, or 5x in 3 years, even worse? What do we got to do to 5x our money?
You just inherited $1 million. You have 3 years to turn it into $5 million. What would you do? Go find an apartment building.
Oh, I love this guy. This guy loves real estate, just like everyone else on TikTok. He's also been exposed for making up screenshots and like putting in fake numbers to make it look like he's got a bunch of money. So he probably doesn't actually have a lot of money. Puts on the illusion of wealth. Spoiler: a lot of people do that because it sells courses really good. But let's see him break it down.
That is worth $5 million and put an offer to buy at a 30% discount.
So right off the bat, we got something that doesn't make any sense. Buy $5 million. If something is worth $5 million, why do you think someone's going to sell it to you for 30% discount? Why is everyone doing this? The first guy said buy something for a 20% discount. This guy's saying don't even 20%. What are you, a rookie? Buy it for 30% discount. Why stop there? Buy it for 90% discount. Tell them you'll give them $10 for it. Buy the complex, and there you go. Now you have $5 million.
So the building is $5 million. You minus the 30%. That put the purchase price at $3.5 million. So you're gonna take it to the bank and get a loan on the $3.5 million. The bank only require you to put 25% down, which is $875,000. You still have $125,000 left over. Let's just say minus the closing cost fees, and let's just say the closing cost is about $25,000. That leaves you in your pocket still with $100,000. All this can be done within the next 90 days. Boom!
So apparently we can do this in the next 90 days. Just simply, very simple. Find an apartment complex worth $5 million. Tell them, not paying that. I'll give you $3.5 million for it. Most people, they're going to look at you and say, what are you, dumb? And walk away. And they're probably not going to give you the time of day. So big step we're jumping over there. Big step of how do you get it down 30%? How do you get it for $3.5 million instead of $5 million? Don't know. And then 25% down for a bank loan. I mean, I'm guessing he's assuming a mortgage. I don't know how it would work with like complex and commercial type stuff, but let's assume that's right. So you $875K, $125K left over from your million, pay off your closing costs. So now you have a $5 million asset that you only have a loan on it for $3.5 million because you're the best negotiator in the world. You have all this closing cost fees and you have $100,000 in your pocket that you can go home with and a $5 million commercial. I need whatever these guys are doing. I need these guys to do all the deals. I need to get in deals with these guys. If they can go up to someone and convince them to give them 20%, 30% discounts, I need that. I need the easy money. This is a big step they're skipping. How do I get someone to accept a 30% discount? All right, see, what is this guy going to be talking about?
You want $100,000 coming into your bank account every single month. This is what
absolutely, yes.
Real estate, you can make money out of thin air.
Real estate,
it's legit.
okay.
You can actually make money out of thin air.
Seen it.
All you need to do is be able to save up enough money to buy a real estate property. Okay.
Real quick, what is this? Where's the guy? He's seen it. He's seen it. How old are these guys? Oh, how old are these guys? Like, in your 20s? That's like me coming out here and saying, guys, don't worry, I've seen it. I've seen it all. Real estate, just go out there and buy something that's for 10 million, buy it for 8 million, Trust me, it always works. I don't know.
All you need to do is be able to save up enough money to buy a real estate property, okay? Now, inflation is going to come in and it's going to fuck up the dollar. Now, the property is going to appreciate in value. Now, all you have to do...
Maybe a little dramatic with inflation. I know inflation's really bad right now, and it's running rampant, but usually inflation is around 2%. Assets do go up. Real estate traditionally goes up like 3.5% a year, so it's nothing crazy. It's steady. You always need a house. That's why people preach real estate, but maybe the inflation narrative, coming in a little strong. Inflation's ridiculous, and it is crazy, but come on, it's not going to be this high forever. They're going to destroy the economy if they have to get it back down.
Pull money out of that equity or real estate property value that you just made off of thin air. You're going to pull that out and go buy another one, do the exact same thing. And you're going to keep doing that. Keep doing that until you have a million fucking properties. Every single one starts cash flowing $3,000 to $5,000 a month. There you go. You got $100,000 coming in your bank account. You want $100,000.
All right, I feel like we've skipped a couple steps yet again. So we went to just go ahead and buy real estate. A big step. Where did the money for the down payments come from? Because you're gonna need that money, and again, you're not gonna really be able to qualify for these loans if you're in your 20s, early 20s. It's gonna be very difficult to qualify for a loan on a property. We're skipping a lot of steps. I don't know exactly. Maybe it's his secret sauce. He doesn't want to put it out there, but a lot of things being skipped over here. And just something to end this video off with, it's going to be screenshots of a TikTok. All of this stuff is taken from TikTok investors on Twitter. They have great posts. So if you want to follow them and watch all the financial advice from TikTok come out, they post a lot of it. But this is exactly what happens with people. I think with where we see the last guy saying it's an easy 100K. All you got to do is buy real estate and rent it out. And there's a lot of steps skipped in there, like the beginning of where are you getting this money to buy the properties, to the middle, where are you finding tenants to pay that rent, and what do you do if they don't pay? And this is something that is just kind of funny. It contradicts the whole thing, saying me buying rental properties, thinking I'm such a boss and never going to have issues. And then the next slide, we have a tenant that hasn't paid rent for 5 months and another house that's been empty for 3 months. This could be a reality. You could buy your house and this mortgage and say the mortgage is $1,000 a month and you can't afford it unless you have someone paying rent for that. And say everything goes great. You start off amazing and you start building up properties. You buy 2, 3 properties and you had the one rented out, but all of a sudden they stop paying their rent. And now you can't afford your houses. Now what do? If you have an empty house, someone who's not paying their rent, legal fees to try and evict them, you have big problems on your hands. And this is something that the real estate people don't talk about because it's bad. It's a bad side. It's the tough side. It's why people aren't just always doing real estate and renting properties out, because you could get into a situation where if you overlever yourself, you all of a sudden can't afford your payments without the tenant paying. And if you can't do that, all of a sudden, if they stop paying, it all comes crumbling down very quickly. Just kind of funny how that is always conveniently left out. What if the tenant doesn't pay, an eviction process and legal fees and all of the stuff that actually comes with being a landlord is left out because it's the actual work, and no one wants to hear they have to do work. So that is the TikTok steps to success, and you could go out and do these today. I just got to be the best negotiator in the world for everything, and just don't really think about it. If you have to think about it, you're doing it wrong. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in my next video.